Hey. Daniel Black here on Show. Jojo Money. Going to give y'all a chance to jump in with me. I'm doing something very risky today, right? But something that I've been wanting to do for a very long time. In the last several months, I have put together an essay collection. I've been writing essays on various topics concerning particularly the Black community, and I'm going to share one of those essays with you today. My heart is in these essays. My soul, my spirit is in these essays. But I think it's absolutely time to say some things from deep down inside of me that I've always wanted to say and always wanted to share. And so I'm going to do so today. I'm going to give everybody a minute to kind of chime in, right? Hey, Kathy, how you doing? Kelly Brown, how you doing? Jackie, how you doing? Kamaria, how you doing? Thank you all for being here. Obata, what's up? Hey, man. Hey, Keith Carter, what's up? Just letting all my folks get connected. Karen, what's going on? Thank you all so much for being here. I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about this because I think this is a day and age when we have to tell and we have to speak truth. We have to speak truth. Truth is really the only thing that's really going to heal us. Joy, what's up? How you doing, sister? How are you? Hey, Sanam, how you doing, my sister? Hold down the Carolinas. Yes. So excited about this. I'm just kind of letting everybody get in. Hoping everybody's staying safe where you are. Hoping that you are being blessed, that you're doing all kinds of internal things, all kinds of internal work. That could be cleaning your house, but it might also be cleaning your spirit, right? Those kinds of things that really, this thing called this pandemic is forcing us to look inward. But looking inward can be an awesome thing. What's going on, my sister Melva? Yes, the great preacher, Melva Sampson. Appreciate you so much. Tosha, what's going on, Tosha, my sister and my dear friend. Thank you all so much for being here, for being with me. And I'm sticking my neck way out, but it's time. Pam McDaniel, what's up, sister? How you doing? Thank you for standing with me. Ingrid, hey, y'all are so awesome. Appreciate you. Again, we just gonna give folks another minute or two to join us. Ryan, my good brother out there on the West Coast. How you doing, my man? Yes, sir. Thank you all so much for believing in the transformative power of the word. Dr. LaCara Foster, yes, ma'am. Jeffrey, what's up? And that's what really I'm here to do, to talk about the word and the power of the word. I wrote an essay called The Reasons I Write, and that's what I'm about to share with you. So many people over the years have asked me, Dr. Black, why do you write? Oh my God, why do you write? Your writing's beautiful, which I'm always appreciative of hearing, but why do you write? Like, what's your impetus for writing? And so that's what I'm going to share with you today, the reasons I write. Jeffrey Howard, it's good to see you, man. Yes, sir. Absolutely. You all are so magnificent. Cousin, what's up, Denise? I see you in KC. Yep. Broderick, what's happening, my good brother? Yes. Y'all are so awesome. You're so amazing. Thank you so much for being here and for being wonderful. Yes, Mr. William Dubose. I see you, my brother. Yes, and I appreciate you. So awesome. We are also, y'all, in a place and a time, really spiritually, where we have to really understand the beauty of what it means to be still, right? This is really a time where, that's that saying in that song that says, stand still and know that I am God. This is the time to do that, for us to get real clear, right? That being still is a very sacred thing. It's a very honorable thing. Being still is not the same thing as doing nothing. Listen, let me not even do all of that. Let me just invite you all to just know that I appreciate you, and I'm loving this moment, and I'm very happy about who we are and what we're doing. I'm gonna give everybody another minute to chime in. Alicia, appreciate you. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Kate Cooper, what's up, my good sister? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. Yes. Damon, yes. Barbara Tillery, hey, how you doing? AJ, my man. I appreciate you. My mother is on here. Rosemarie Norman, what's going on, ma? Yes, absolutely. Buana, what's going on? I love just shouting out our names. Because see, when I speak our names into the ether, we share energy, we share vibes, we share power. And in the sharing of that power, what's up, Cutting Howard? How you doing, man? Yes, Sean, I see you, brother. I see you. I see you. Janice Habersham, my love, Macon, Georgia. Appreciate you. Certainly. And it's just so good to be alive, and it's good to be here. It's really good to be here. So again, I wrote an essay called The Reasons I Write. And I wrote this because so many people, again, ask me, why do I write? What's my impetus for writing? What's my motivation for writing? How do you press yourself to get yourself to a place, right, where you're able to write and you're able to speak? And so I just poured out of my heart, right, the reasons I write. And this essay is called The Reasons I Write. I write because I believed I was ugly. Then I wrote myself into beauty. I write because I hated who I was. Then God told me I was God and God was me, and that shame had no place in a divine human heart. In exchange for this, I promised God to tell the truth, the real, naked, glorious truth, that we are all gods, made in the image of a perfect, marvelous creator. I promise to tell that God is not concerned with flesh and blood, but with spiritual ecstasy shared between the living and the ought to be living. So with pen and paper, I set about the duty of setting the world free. I write that black won't be ugly one day, that children of every hue dance together, exchanging skin in search of God in another color. This is why I write. I write because we rape. I write because we hurt. I write because some pain can't be described. It can only be felt in the marrow of a story, say, about a boy who wanted to be a man but couldn't figure out how. Or a girl who wanted beauty but was given brilliance instead. I write that they might not give up the fight, that they might know the failure is in others' eyes, not their being. It is in others' judgmental hearts, not their difference. I write that they might live, that their stories might be holy and sacred, read by others standing at the cliff, weeping, begging God to forgive them for what they cannot change, as God screams only, hell is for those who don't love themselves. This is why I write. To soothe parental wounds, to love the rejected, to give sight to the willingly blind, to embrace those the world has dismissed. Day and night I write because precious blood is being spilt by those who find no God within themselves. In every character, every plot, every description, every image, I seek only to create a world full of gods, gay gods, lesbian gods, grass gods, elephant gods, but holy gods all, who share powers and kingdoms to secure for laws and limitations. I write that troubled black youth might discover who they are, then leap into self-worth and self-celebration. I write that elders might know that their lives were not in vain. I write to shed light on the power of love and to convince every heart of its right to have it. Every heart, every single heart, every single solitary suffering heart. I write to remind the lost that the way home is through forgiveness. Yes, forgiveness, that wilderness of chaos and pain, bruises and careless apologies. That realization that no one can control your happiness unless you surrender it. I write to give readers strength to take it back. To tell the world to kiss your ass if it thinks you're going to die to satisfy other people's outdated, antiquated beliefs. To shout to the world, no fucking way, when it tries to convince you that you're not supposed to be free. This is why I write. To keep the strong from becoming weak and to tell the weak that they are strong. To sing praises to those who died for those who wouldn't. To pay homage to those who said, I am black and beautiful, long before either was in vogue. I write to bow before women who love and honor men, to applaud the few who love and raise children they did not birth. This is why I write, because we've not seen the fullness of love yet. We've not set it free in our hearts to dance, to sing a lullaby of healing, to walk among our pains until every hurt is a distant memory or a flower in bloom. We've not taken the risk to strip ourselves naked before the world and stand in full confidence of what they behold. We're not yet sure of our divinity, not yet convinced of our holiness, not yet persuaded that we're in heaven already. We've not yet decided that in our best, we're always enough, always. And so I write. And I'm going to write until the wind tells me otherwise. I'm going to write until the ocean's tide moans our freedom. I'm going to write until trees walk among us and tell ancient stories of bygone days and people unremembered. If there is no paper, I shall use the wall. If there's no wall, I shall use my hand. If I must not use my hand, I will use the very earth upon which we stand and scratch into the dust the sentiments of liberty. On their travels, some weary ones will see the words laid upon the ground and know that a black Redeemer lives. This is why I write. There are stories that must be told. Stories no one wants to hear, but everyone needs to heed. Stories that dismantle cathedral walls and set captives free. Stories that make room for transgendered angels and bisexual prophets. Stories of people we threw away who would have saved us. Stories of those who came through adverse circumstances yet smiled every day. Stories of broken hearts, broken promises, broken dreams, broken ribs, broken spirits. Stories of triumph and achievement against the odds. This is why I write. I have to write because America lies. It says black men don't love black men and black children are inferior. It says black women are fussy, naggy, bitchy, needy, shallow, and mouthy. Yes, American lies, and it needs the lies. It needs the lies in order to boast itself the best country on the planet. And that too is a lie, although it could be true if America ever acknowledged who built the damn place. But that, my friend, is too much truth. And we all know what America does with truth. And so, until America loves it, I write. For the man unadored, the woman overwounded, the child forever abandoned, I write for their hearts, their precious, tender hearts. Each word is an invitation to believe a new thing, a different thing, a more marvelous, transformative thing that will allow them to remove the mask and exist unashamed. I write because black people still speak of good hair and boast of minuscule strains of Indian blood in African veins. I write for those children who had children because they thought they should and ended up forsaking their turn to be Christ. I write because we're still talking about Jesus as if there's never been another, and worse, we're still praising Jesus for having done what most of us wouldn't do. Yes, I write because the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Indeed, it has come and gone so many, many times. Yet we keep looking for God while we're looking at God. So I write that we might acquire eyes to see and ears to hear and voices with which to speak. And perhaps then, finally, we'll know that together we are the only God there is. But until that day, I write. I write for black men and women behind prison bars, bearing burdens they did not birth. Through words, I send them bird songs of healing, lyrical reminders that the state can house their bodies, but not their spirits. I write to reiterate that every great person was once bound, either by the state or him or herself. King, Gandhi, Christ, Asada, Malcolm, for fear of what they knew, what they wouldn't do, what they might sacrifice for the world's freedom. I write because my grandfather couldn't. My grandmother could, but didn't often. My brothers can, but won't. My sisters can, but some don't. So ignorance lives in mansions fair on every corner of our community and buys real estate in our minds. Still, I write. There are more children coming, more ideas to birth, more words with which to tell more stories. My hope is built on the word. It lifts bowed down heads and moves diseases to far corners of the earth. It reconstructs history and gives credit to those who truly paid. The word instructs the ill-informed, excites the curious, clarifies the confused, reprimands the trifling, redeems the criminal. The word is life. It is blood in the imagination. It is food to the starving soul. It is the molecular structure of transformers. The word is life. This is why I write, to transform the malformed into something so magical, so remarkable, so unthinkable that God bows down and says, yes, yes, black, right on. I write to remind us that every day without love is a day wasted. It is a sunrise dishonored, a breathless, lifeless existence that only the unintelligent can endure. I write for the insecure, the inept, the uncertain, the self-doubting, the woefully timid, the thick, the husky, the thin, the tentative, the spiritually paraplegic, the emotionally palsied. Through books, I seek to banish trauma and pursue its antidote. This is why I write. I write to make love to words and phrases that cure pains unspoken and hopes unrealized. I write that everyone can be cuddled and caressed, kissed and intercoursed without begging for another's unwilling flesh. I write to hold the hand of the diseased and the dying, the lonely and the suicidal. This is why I write. I have no other choice. It is my calling. It is the price I pay for the breath I breathe. With each stroke of the pen, a soul resurrects and trades mortality for immortality, and life becomes bearable again, even for the scorned and the abused. With each page, some far-off, lonesome heart gets the restoration it thought would never come. But it came in the midst of a book, powerful enough to speak with 1,000 tongues for 1,000 generations of silent, hurting souls. It came like a mist, soft and unsuspected, but flooding the imagination with images and symbols too powerful to deny. It came like a cool breeze, steady enough to ward off self-hatred and self-loathing and self-denigration. This is why I write. I want to live, and not just live, but prosper. I want blackness to bloom all over this land. I want blackness to mend what whiteness has broken. I want people to love the stranger, to honor the ex-con, to respect the prostitute, to assume their humanity and believe they're worth the risk. We all are, but sometimes we're not sure. So for those in-between times, I write until we stop justifying our existence to people who don't matter. Until we admit that Americans came chained and unchained. Until men fight for women's safety and reproductive rights. Until we stop believing in the correlation between wealth and human value. I write, y'all, that we might sing together songs of work and play, struggle and heartache. Every book is a song, every paragraph a melody, every sentence a chorus of angels reminding us to let everything that hath breath speak its own truth. Say it loud, shout it from the mountaintop, declare it in the valley. We shall not all die. Some of us shall live, and by living, we shall carry the message of freedom to every corner of the universe. We shall shout, fear has been crucified, and shame has been put to death. And we will discover finally that as long as there are books, there shall be everlasting life. This is why I write. We've made someone else our God. We've abandoned our ancestors in exchange for dollars, but no sense. We've deserted dreams because others couldn't see it. We've let daddy's failures and mama's shortcomings define who and what we are. But they, mama and daddy, were only mountains that we had to climb. For heaven is a high place. I write to reveal that peace of mind is a gift to those who make a heaven instead of waiting for one. I write to say that struggling is a gift. It keeps the body and mind ready for battle. It exposes that failure is not always a shortcoming. Sometimes failure is an announcement of what you didn't see, what you couldn't have known. This is why I write, to remind us to guard our souls, to help us remember ourselves, to urge us to create the self we've been looking for, then to encourage us to be unafraid of what we made. This is why I write. All you have to do is read. Ashe.
Ashe. Ooh, man.
If anyone has any questions, I'll take a question or two. If anybody has any questions, you can just post it. Thank you all so much for hearing. Wow. Amen, Melanie, my cousin in Kansas City. Amen. Yes, Tosha. Yes, Tosha. Yes, 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 yes. This is why I write. I write. I write. This is why I write. Yes, Anton. Thank you for being with me. Yes, Dr. Foster. Thank you for being with me. Yes, Broderick McBride, my brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all of you. Yes. Yes. Yes, Sister Melva. Yes, Sister Melva. Thank you for that, Ashe, Sister Melva. I appreciate you. Don Tavius. Yes. Yes. Yes, Janice Habersham. Thank you all. And y'all, I'm going to keep on writing until our freedom is made clear. Ooh. I'm going to keep on writing until we love just because we can. I'm going to keep on writing because the word will outlive me. And because the word will outlive me, I'll speak to some people 200 and 300 years from now, and they will finally get it. This is why I write. I love